Welcome. Okay, this is the second day of our 90-day challenge, and I'm so grateful, for yesterday. Um, Everyone was able to replicate the Netflix interface, which is nice. The hero section of Netflix. That's beautiful. Okay, so today we're going to look at the Apple hero section, the header and the hero section. We're going to look at it and see how we are going to tackle it. You know, Apple is a very big company, yes, and they are so good in UI UX. So anything they say or do in terms of UI UX design wise, you have to pay close attention to them. They are so good in it, seriously. So let's see how we are going to um, you know how we are going to replicate this. Okay. All right. So going back here, of course, I'm going to hide my header and my footer. Okay. Um, all right. Okay. So now let's look at the elements we have here. Things. Let's take note of things that are here. We have the logo, the Apple logo here. Then we have the menu. So you can see the header navigation menu is what we call this type of menu is a mega menu. They have a mega menu. You can see have drop downs, and then we have the search, and then we have the cut add to cart icon, then the big headline paragraph or maybe sub headline, then the two buttons learn more and buy, plus the hero section, no, not the plus the hero image plus the hero image. So, and this is so neat, so neatly done. So it's very enticing looking at the image. Like it's so HD, like high definition, and enticing. Looking at it, it makes you want to get an iPhone. That's it. Okay, so I'm going to download the images I need. So click here. Let's see what is here. Okay, here's our image. So I'm going to select that. Then I'm looking for the Apple logo. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Ooh, the Apple icon is not here. What happened? What I'm seeing here is Apple TV Plus. And this guy here, the Apple. Let me download this one first. Let me download this one first of all. Okay, so let's see what is going on here. Maybe it's an SVG. Well, let me see. Oh, okay. And you notice something here? There's a different image for the mobile. You see, there's a totally different image for the mobile. We have to take note of that when designing this. Okay. So let's see what is going on here. So let's see what is going on here. Apple. The image. Oh, it's an SVG. Yeah, that's why. You can see it. It's an SVG file, and that's why not. That's why I couldn't download it from here. Using this extension. Okay. But we can still use a different maybe download it online. Either we download it online or we download this one and edit it out. you know so I think let me do that. Let me click on this, download it. So, and then I will edit it. Okay. So I have edited it with uh, Photoshop, Adobe Photoshop. So let's download the other image. You can see when we go to the mobile version, you can see there's a different image here. So let me download that one as well. Okay, here we go. Download it. Alright, so now let's start designing. Okay, first of all, I'm going to let me look at this again. So we have the logo, we have the menu, we have the icon, and these two icons here, the search icon and the cat icon. So what we have here is 1 2 3 4, we have 4 different widgets. So we may decide to use a 4 column layout, right? Which will work, is going to work, but for us to minimize the amount of code, and make our website faster, we have to, like, make sure we use as little as, columns. So in this case, I'm going to use a one, single column container to still achieve that same layout. So clicking it, here I'm going to drop in an image, make it full width, right? Okay, so we have to always make sure you put your image size at full. Then let me upload the image. Okay, all right. This is our image. Of course you can't see it now, but because it's white, it's in white color, so you can't see it. So the next thing, I'm going to type a menu. So I'm going to, not the WordPress menu in this case, but rather menu, the menu widget here. So I'm going to drop it. Okay, so let's look at what we have here. We have store, Mac, iPad, iPhone. Okay, so you see, uh, let's say I'm trying to design this, make it functional. So I'm going to create all these pages, like this store page, Mac, iPad. These are product pages, right? I'm going to create them, before showing them up here. With in that case, if I create it as pages on my website, then I'm going to use WordPress menu for it. Yes, but in this case, I'm using the menu item because I don't want to waste time in creating those pages. So I will simply write it out. So we have store, Mac, iPad. So let's go back to the menu here, store. Okay, so I have gone ahead and added all the items here on the menu. You see. So the next thing is we add the search icon and the cart icon, because this is an e-commerce site. So let's bring in the search. Going to drop it somewhere here. Why is this not dropping? Come. Oops. Okay, what's happening with my Okay, yeah, I think I've fixed the problem. All right. So moving on, we added the cat. We added the search icon here. Then the next thing I'm going to drop in is the cat icon. So um, here is it, menu cat. All right. So as you can see, this whole thing is looking quite different. So first thing I'm going to do is get the color that is here. So I'm going to grab the color. Okay, there's 1 2 1 2 1 2. All right. Then go to the style and paste it here. Okay, so you can see the logo just showed up. So now the first thing, of course, is going to be left align. Then the size. Let's not touch the size for now. So let me go back here on the menu. So on the menu, I'm going to make it a white color so that we see what is there, or I can simply get the exact color they have in here. Okay, it's actually white. Yeah, it's actually white, but then probably they made it transparent because the way it's looking here is not looking exactly white. So maybe they made it transparent. Okay, which we can still achieve. So clicking on the menu, go to the style, scroll down to colors. So on these colors, add a white, and then bring it down to, bring the transparency down to something like this. Yeah. So now it's looking similar to, excuse me, similar to what they have there. Then our search, if you look at here, the search is simply an icon, but in our own case, you can see how our search icon is looking, so we need to change it up. So I'm going to, here's the skin, so I'm going to make it a full screen. So when you do that, you can see the icon here. Let me go to the style and just give it a white. In fact, I'm going to copy the same white I added here with the transparency. So I'm simply going to copy it, then go back to the search and paste it. For consistency sake. Oh no, this one is the overlay, not really. Let me remove it from here. This is the overlay. So color, that is when you click on this search, the overlay color. So but that's not what we want for now. So the toggle, yes, the toggle, that's where the icon is. So the color, I'm going to paste that. Okay, then we go to the cart. So the cart, of course, the cart is looking different with the amount of money. You can see 39,000, blah blah blah. So we are going to remove that. So subtotal, I'm going to turn it off. Now we are left with an icon, but you can see that icon has a bubble, which we don't need here. So I'll probably hide when it's empty and only show it when there is something, but hide it when it's empty. Currently it's not empty, you see, but maybe I can simply turn it off for now. So okay, then the next thing is there's a border around it. There's a border around this our icon, which we don't need, so we have to remove it. How do we do that? We go back here to the style. So the border width, make it 0, so it disappears. And of course the cart icon, the icon size, all those things, we are still coming to that. But the main thing is we have gotten this. So how do we make it side by side? How do we make everything to be side by side? Of course, we click on the container, go to layout, then scroll down direction. make it this way. All right, so let's see what we have so far. This is what we have so far. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is align items, set it to center, then justify content. It should be on the start. Yes, you may say let's put it on the space between, which we make this and this to be two spaced out, which we don't need that. So let's have it at the start, or we can even just toggle it off. On default it's still at the start. Then let me click this. I'm going to make the font size of this menu, I'm going to make it smaller, just like this. So let's figure out what they have it. So the font size is 12 pixel. And what font they are using? They are using XP Protest. XP Protest, and I don't think this font is is a free font. You know, all these big brands, everything they do is custom. It's custom made, right? So, but let me see if it's in Google Fonts. Let me just try and see if it's in Google Fonts. Okay, you never can tell. Probably, oh, it's not there. So, like I said, all these big brands, all their fonts is custom made by them. Most of them don't just rely on all these typography fonts out there. They just design their own by themselves. Okay, so maybe I'm going to use Inter. There's a font called Inter, and I think Inter will look similar to this. So still on the menu, on the typography, change this to Inter. Alright, then 12 pixel. Okay, then we're getting there gradually. Okay, then let's look at this again. And look at this. Alright, let me bring up this again. So the font size is 12 pixel, line height 12 pixel, letter spacing, okay, minus 0.12 pixel, and font weight is a 400, which is the normal. Okay, the letter spacing, they kind of brought it inside like 0.12. Let's just take it and see the effect is going to have. So letter spacing, where is it? So here's letter spacing, so I'm going to paste that. Okay, alright, then one more thing. You see the support, you see where the support is. Let me go here, copy this color, because if you notice, when I hover on any of them, it turns into black and I can't see it again. So that's not what I want. So copying this same color, I will go to hover, then paste it there. So you see, when I hover on it, it's no longer, in fact, maybe you can even make it white, an entire white, oops, that is, remove the transparency from it, let it be white. So when you hover on it, you see, it now becomes white, which is cool. Alright, so moving on, you can see this support is here, and I want it to be on a straight line. So how do we do that? We go to the advanced, then on the size, we set it to grow. Yeah, so this is it. Then the next thing is our logo, the icon logo. You see the size here, very small. So what do? Change this to pixel, and then probably use 100. Oops, this is too much. Maybe 60, nope, 40, nope, 30, something like that. But let's look at it again. Oh, alright, so this may be like 20 or even 14, nope, 16. Yeah, I think 16 looks, yeah, that's it. I think 16. Is it still big, or maybe 14? Yeah, let's put it at 14. Okay, I think it's looking similar, but it's not aligned properly, so we have to adjust that. We already aligned it here. Not seeing this the way I need it to be, so I'm going to drop it this way, yeah, so I can actually see what's going on here. Okay, so if you look closely at this if you look closely at the icon, you see there's a space at the top. Okay, so there's a space that shouldn't be there at the top. So let's see if we go to align self, make it center. Okay, it's not going away. So now we have to use a negative margin. Minus 10 is too much. So minus 5. Okay, minus 5. Now is something. Now let me shift it back again. And let's see what we have. Alright, so it's looking much like it. Then this guy is here and these other guys are there. And one other important thing, the width. If you look at the width, see where my icon starts. My icon starts somewhere here, but look at where the original one. The original one starts somewhere around here, which tells me this may be like 1000 pixel in width. So, but let's test it out. Let's see. So clicking on the main container, from here I'm going to put 1000 there. Okay, yeah, I think that's much like it. Yeah, even this icon I think is still too big. Probably give it a 12. Yeah, exactly, give it a 12, or maybe make it a little bit transparent, so it won't be pure white, because looking at the other one is not that white as well. So maybe 0.8. All right, yeah, I think 0.8, or maybe 0.85. 0.85. Let me change this back to 14 again. Yeah, 0.85, and that's it. Okay, so coming into this the menu again, we go into the menu because there are stuff we still need to adjust on the menu. So on the menu, on the style, scrolling down, I have to let's see on the padding. Yeah, okay, remove the padding, then space between items, so maybe make it like a 30. Let's see what we have here. Space between items, I think probably like a 35. We have like 35 space between the items. Okay, like a 35, and then space between the every item that is in this container. So I will go to the container, and on the gaps, currently it's at 20, so maybe make it 35. Make it 35, the same as these other guys. Okay, but when we do that, see this our guy here, the icon is getting smaller, so let's make it 20, 24, 30. Let's see. Yeah, okay. Alright, I think I still need to take it up to maybe 6, maybe 7, minus 7. Yeah, okay, now it's balanced. Yeah, minus 7, minus 6. You know, when it comes to Apple products and other, you have to be pixel perfect, you know, because these guys are pixel perfect. I'm telling you, Apple company, these guys are so good in this UI UX of everything. They are perfect in everything they do. So we're trying to replicate, their design. So we also have to be pixel perfect. All right, moving on. We have this guy here. We have the icon, the search icon, and the cat. Okay, so we click on the search icon. Let's see what is there. We have to make this grow. Yeah, we have to make it grow. Then this other guy here, we also have to make it grow as well. Yeah, so that every one of them can occupy their space. Okay, but there's a pattern. If you look closely, let me bring it here so that you'll be seeing what I'm saying. If you look closely at the menu card, there's a pattern around it which we don't need. So let's see where the pattern is coming from. Let's go to the content. Let's look at all these guys here. So we are going to align it to the right hand side. Then the card, this talking about the card, when you click it, the card that will open up, how it's going to open. Of course, a side card on click, yes, card position by the right. So these ones we are not going into this. Okay, we are not going into this. Then let's go to style. On the style, the padding. Yeah, that's it. We remove it. We don't need that padding there. And of course the color, the icon color. Let me see if I still have. Okay, I still have it here. So here is it. Just pasted it, and you can see this is the color. I think we need it to be more white. I think it have to be whiter. Let's just make it white. Okay, that's it. Now we have to change the icon as well, because if you look closely, the icon is different. Oops. That cat icon there, you can see these guys are using a bag, whereby this is a trolley. So let's go to content. Then from here, you can see bag, the bag light. Okay, so here we go. You see it. Then let's change it. Okay, let's change the position there. One disadvantage of using a small screen, you have to be shifting like this. You shift this way, you shift the other way to see what you're doing. So clicking on the search icon, the search form, or the search icon. Let's see, on the content area. Okay, the alignment, toggle alignment, of course, in the center. What I want to do is I'm going to make this icon to cover the entire area, because if you look, it feels as if you can see the pink icon, the pink stroke, those pink stroke around it. So it means there's a space around it, and that space looks like a pattern, but it's not a pattern. So what I want to do is I want the icon to occupy the entire space, and then I shrink everything down. So how do I do that? Let me go to style. So on the toggle, the icon size, you see it inside that space. Now I'm going to take it up to 100 to occupy the entire thing. Then I'm going to go back to the content, and from here bring it down. You see, bring it down. I think around the 16 is good. Yeah, so that's it. Okay. Then what next? I think we have this. We have this one here. Line it this way. Okay. So the next thing is to give this a height, because if you look at the whole thing, so we have to give it a height. So we click on the main container, go to minimum height and give it a 40 pixel. Let's see how 40 pixel looks. Let's see what they have here. Yeah, I think that's 40 pixel as well. But this our logo is now bigger. Yeah, it's bigger because some of those things we have here, we just made it smaller. So now it's kind of taking a bigger stance. So we're clicking it, go to the style. Let me reduce it to probably 24. Nope, 16, maybe 16. Yeah. Alright. I don't know. 40, I think. Maybe make it 50. Make the height 50 instead of 40. Okay, no, it's way too much. So maybe 45. Give it a 45. I think that's the sweet spot. Alright, then this is it. We just gotten this. Then the next thing, we go into the hero section, right? So on the hero section, I'm going to add a one column layout as well. So on the one column layout, I'm going to drag my heading, drop it, center it. Then this can be a paragraph or another heading. So let me just duplicate this. Then we have those two things here. Now remember, if you look closely at this hero section, actually everything is a link. Like anywhere on this hero section, if I click anywhere, is a link. It will take me to somewhere else. Yeah, and you remember, there shouldn't be a link inside a link. So like this guy here shouldn't be a button widget. So unless you don't intend on making everything on this hero section, making it a link, in that case you may just use a button, of which I think that's the best thing. Use a button for it. So let me copy out this guy here. Okay, I think I can't copy it. Can I? Let's see if I'm able to copy that. Oh, nope. Okay, so I'm going to just titanium, so strong, so light, so pro. Alright. Titanium, so strong. Oops. So light, so pro. Okay, and then here says iPhone 15 Pro. Alright, iPhone 15 Pro. Okay, so the HTML tag, of course, is going to be the heading 1. Then let me drop in my button. Okay, then duplicate that same button here. Alright, so the first button says learn more and the other one says buy. Learn more, the other one says buy, and they all have an icon. So I'm going to add an icon, chevron. I'm going to type chevron, and I'm going to use this one. Now let it be after, then put a space of probably maybe 8. Yeah, and what else? Do the same thing here on the icon, type in chevron. Okay, set it to after, and then put it in the spacing, in the icon spacing. Alright, so now I'm going to style this icon. So first thing, I'm removing the padding, then I am removing the background, so by removing the transparency from it. Okay, so now the text color is going to be blue. There's a blue color they have here, so let's get the blue color. Alright, so here is it, color blue. And let's also look at the size, 21 pixel as the size. What else? Letter spacing, this guy here, but you may not need to add it. So, but the main thing is the size is 21 pixel and the color. Alright, so the color, pasting it there, then the size 21, and we are using enter. Remember, we are using enter. Okay, there's a problem here that I'm seeing using this. You see, this icon is a little bit smaller than the lemma. The lemma is bigger, which is 21 pixel, but the icon is smaller. In this case, if we are using the button and we are adding an icon inside the button widget, so there's no way we can make the icon smaller independently from this. Like if I reduce this, if I take it up, it goes up with it. If I bring it down, the icon goes down with it. But at the same time, you can see the icon is a little bit bigger than the text. So this tells me that using this is not the best way for this. Unit is not the best way for this. Maybe just with a little bit of CSS, I can still achieve that. But for us not to go into CSS, what else can we do here? What else? Maybe, and if we use the icon list, then we have a problem of the icon being in the left hand side and not in the right hand side, right? See, we have a problem of the icons being here, and see the icon, you can't just switch it to the other side. Nope, can't switch it to the other side, which poses a problem. So I think for us not to go into CSS and all that, let's just use it this way. So turn it to 21. Okay, then I think what I'm going to do is copy this, then right click on this one, click paste style. Alright, so two of them now have the same style. Okay, then I'm going to go here, let's see the size of this. Let's see what's going on here. Okay, so this is 17 pixel. Okay, 17 pixel, and letter spacing 0. Blah blah blah, and 17 pixel, and of course the color is oops, don't think I got the correct destiny. I don't think I got the correct one, because if you look at the color here, the color is saying blue but the text is white. So maybe let's just try using our eyes to like gauge it. Okay, so here I'm going to change this to enter, maybe enter tight. I think we have enter tight. Yes, use the enter tight, and then the size should be like 24. Okay, the font width was 400. Yeah, then this guy here, let's see if we'll be able to get the font size. We still can't get the font size. Alright, I'm going to get the font size from a different method. So from here, let's look at what we have here. We still can't select that. Why can't we select that? Okay, I can see, I think I can see it. Alright, so here is it. Now the size is 48, and the other one, which is heading 3, the size is 24. Okay, 24, this guy 48. Okay, so going in here, 48, and this guy 24. Ooh, we actually got it correctly. You know, we got it correctly. All right, so the next thing, for us to make sense of what we're doing here, I think it's time for us to change the background color. So let me go back here, or probably from here, just use the color picker and grab. Okay, it's actually black, pure black, like pure black. You can see 0000. So just paste it there. Oops, no, not here, not here. Okay, that's it. Okay, then these two stuffs here, we have to make it side by side and everything center. How do we do that? Still on this hero container, go to layout, change the direction to this way, but now everything is side by side, which is what we don't want. So we simply click on the headline, go to advanced, change the width to full width, go to this one, go to advanced, change the width to full width. Still we are not seeing anything, right? Go back to the container, then scroll down and make sure the wrap is active. Okay, now we're getting there. Then put this in center, and that's it. So now we're going to give this, I think, a height, a minimum height. I think maybe minimum height of VH, using VH, maybe 100. 100. I think 100 is too much. Maybe something like 80 or 90. I think 90 will be okay. Then looking at this, see these guys here. So they have all this space, two spaced out. So I'm going to scroll down to align content, make it flex start. Okay. Then it's time to add our hero this thing. Of course we are still coming to these guys, but let's add the hero image so that we get a bird eye view, like a general overview of the layout and how things are supposed to be. So let's add our image. Going to drag an image and drop somewhere here. So this button here, I'm going to drag it up. Yeah, up. Oops. Maybe just drag this one down. Okay, so that's it. So here, this image, of course the size have to be full. Then click it. Let's upload our image. Okay, then this is our image, and this is how it's looking. This is how the image is looking, and it's not looking the way we want it. Right, so let's see let's see, I'm trying to zoom this in. Okay, I think this image, you know what I think they use this image as a background to this hero section, not really like adding it as a widget, you know. I don't think they added it as a widget here. I think they added it as a background. So let's just test it out. Let's click on the container, then go to style, on the image, click it. Alright, so select this, open it. So let's see, are we seeing something? Okay, it's here. In fact, let me delete the image we just added here. Let me delete it so we'll be seeing whatever we're doing, seeing it correctly. Alright, still on the container, see where it is. Alright, we have to do something about that. So display size of the image, if we set it to auto, position, center. Okay, so now we're getting somewhere, right? we're actually getting somewhere. Then at the top, we need to add, maybe it's time to just change the color of this. I think it's time. Change it to, let's copy out our lovely white transparent color. Let's copy it out from the menu, then come back again to the headline and paste it there for consistency's sake. Okay, I think this one is more whiter, so we have to take back the transparency, just make it pure white. Then this one, same thing, I think same thing, make it white. Okay, so at the top we need to add a spacing at the top of this. So clicking on the container, go to advanced, so probably an 80, probably a 60 and 60 at the bottom. Let's see. Okay, so this is what we have here. Oops, I just clicked. This is what we have here, and okay, our own looks kind of inside. Okay, let's see. So going back to the style, this image here is set to cover. You can take it to 100%. Make sure the repeat is set to no repeats. Then take it around 200, 300%. Let's see. Now it's too much. So 200%. Now it's too little. So maybe 250%. Okay, still too much. Oops, one time clicked on it. Okay, yeah. How do we get this running? I'm trying to see what I'm getting wrong here. Okay, I think maybe let's just keep it at let me go back to this again. Scroll down, maybe 240%. yeah, around the 240%. Okay, maybe the space in between here, make it a little bit tighter, so that I can do via the layout of the container. Then scroll down to the gaps, maybe use 14, yeah, to make it tighter. All right, and here we go. I think I think we already got it rolling. Okay, maybe the height, maybe our height still have to like give it a certain minimum height of maybe 95. Let's see. Nope, maybe 92. 92. Yeah, somewhat like it. So this is it, and the next thing is to make it mobile responsive, right? So let's save our changes first. Then let's go to the tablet. So here on the tablet, let's actually see what they got on their tablet. So here on the tablet, let me choose the iPad Air. Okay, on the iPad Air, oops, make it 75%. So on the iPad Air, this is how it's looking. On the iPad Mini, this is how it's looking, similar. Alright, so here, let's see what we can do here. So the first thing is we tackle our hero section here. So click it. Then of course, if you look closely, you see the logo and this guy here is, they are touching the edges, which we don't want. So go to advanced padding, maybe give it like 30 by the side, 30, 30. Okay. Oh, I think Apple, they gave it a smaller distance, so maybe around 20 and 20 here. Okay, so now let's look at the arrangement. We have the logo here, then we have the sash, we have the cart, then followed by the hamburger menu. So here's our hamburger menu, which is the last thing. So how do I achieve that layout now? So we click on the logo first, go to advanced, go to the order, open up this and put 1 there. Then the second thing is this guy here. So click on the sash, go to advanced on the order, click this and put 2. Alright, the third thing is this guy. So go to advanced on the order, put 3, and then the final thing is the hamburger menu. So you click it, go to advanced, scroll down to the order, open up and put 4. Alright, so now we have to arrange stops like this guy here. Remember the size was set to grow on the desktop. So here on the tablet we don't need that, so we can simply remove it. Same thing with this, you can simply remove the grow. Same thing with this guy here, you can simply, we can leave it or just remove it as well, and then add the grow in the logo instead, and then just make sure the alignment of the logo is set to this way. Yeah, so that way you know that it's aligned to the right, to the left hand side. Okay, so these guys, something tells me they are not perfectly aligned to the center. I think this guy is kind of pushed upward. Why is that so? So let me click it. Why is it or is it this one? I think it's this one. Oh yeah, I think it's this. It's kind of pushed upwards. So let's go back here and see. Okay, so I'm going to apply a negative margin of minus 4 and see if it's going to solve it. I think minus 4 looks like it's too much, maybe minus 3. Let's see if it also solves it here. It looks like it solved it, or it looks like the 4. I think minus 4 will be better here. Okay, yes, minus 4. Alright, then our hamburger icon, we have to make it look, visible. So that's on the menu toggle. That's where it is. Click it, then give it a color. Yeah. So here we go. You can even make them come closer to each other, by going to the container itself, go to layout, then scroll down to the gaps. Remember, we gave it a 35 pixel in the desktop, so here maybe we give it like a 20 in this case, to bring them closer, or even 25 or 24, one. Okay, then we go into this. I think this guy here is still looking good. I think it's still looking good. Probably, maybe one thing I may change is check the maybe I'm going to check the font size and see what they have here on the font size. Okay, it's still the same 48, and this guy is still the same 24 here. Okay. Let's look at the font weight. Font weight is 600. Let's make sure we're using the correct font weight here. So on our typography, what font weight? 600. Okay, yes. So now it looks much like it. Okay, then what else? Maybe the height here, because looking at this, you see the height is much bigger here, so probably the height here have to be bigger. Just make it 100. Yeah, and then go to the style. These things are maybe unnecessary, but maybe change it to cover instead. Yes. To make it bigger, just like this. You can see it's bigger here, so making it bigger here. Then we go to this. Of course, it still looks good in this place, and then we go to mobile. Now on mobile, this is where we now have to do something. Let's change this to mobile and let's see what we have to do. So on mobile, you see the sizes of the text, the headline and the other text changes. Same thing with the image. You can see there's a new image. So maybe let's start with the text. So the text is now, the headline is now 32, and the sub-headline is now 19. So let's start with that. This one is 32, and this one is now 19. Okay, so how about these guys here? How about these guys? These guys here, the font size. Here's the font size. Okay, so the font size is now 17. Alright, so let's go here and change the font size to 17 and do the same thing here. 17. And I think the spacing between the icons, I think, is kind of too much, right? Spacing between the icon, that is the button icon, and the test, I think it's too much. Maybe we use, just keep it at 0. Yeah, bring it closer, bring it nearer. That's it. So just keep it at 0, and then space things out, maybe using a padding. So here I'll just add a padding of 5 to the right, then go to the other one, add 5 to the left, to create the space around it. Yeah. Then the next thing, I'm going to make sure on the container, I'm going to make sure I'm adding a spacing. Here it should be 60, yes, 60, but the spacing in the right and left side, so 16 and 16. Then of course the image is going to change. We go to the style, so right here I'm going to click here and upload the second image. Okay, so let's see, here we go. That's it. All right, this is the image, and let's look at the top header and see if there's any change. Still looking good, right? Everything is still looking good. Probably, maybe the icon, the cat icon, is kind of too small. Yeah, so let's go to the style. Is it here? Yeah, icon size. Let's go back to desktop. Let's go back to the origin. Origin. I think here, let's make it 10, 20. I think 20 is now too much. Yeah, probably around 18. Maybe around 18 would be around 18. Yeah, would be nice. And then I think I added some negative margin there. I think, I didn't add negative margin, so it means I have to add it at the bottom to kind of balance things out. For probably like 3. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, that's it. So let's check it on the tablet. Still looking good. Alright, still looking good here. So this is it. So I think we are using 16 pixel by the size, by the two side, so we are going to put 16 pixel and 16 pixel here. Okay, and one more thing, let's save our changes first before the next thing. One more thing, if we look at this, if we try to like go down, you see this header here is kind of sticky. It's a sticky header, right? And there's another thing you notice. Let's see if you notice there's an effect there. It looks as if it's transparent, as if I can see through the image. You see, I can see through the header, and I'm able to see the image. You see, so how do we do that? Simply, how do we even add a sticky header? So let's click on the container, go to advanced, scroll down to motion effect. So here you can see sticky, make it sticky to the top. Of course the offset should be 0, and here you select where you want it to be sticky. Maybe if you don't want it to be sticky in the mobile, you simply delete it, but we also want it to apply on mobile as well, because on mobile we want it to also be sticky, right? Okay, so but the next thing is, how do we make it transparent? Because if you see, there's a transparency to it. There's a little code I prepared. I've been using this kind of effect in other works I've been doing. So let me just simply copy it out and paste it here. All right. So why this is different is because I use a white color. You can see 2525, 255, 255. This is a white. So, and the transparency here of 0.8. You see. So I'm using the RGBA method instead of the hex code for the color code. So you can see the background color. And this effect only applies when it's sticky. So there's a class that Elementor will give to any section that is sticky. And that class, the name of the class is Elementor Sticky Effects. So when this particular section, which is like the selector, when this particular container is sticky, apply this certain class into it, which is background color. So now I'm going to change this to, remember that our color, right? We have let me go back to it again. So here's our color. That is the 1 2 1 2 1 2, right? But I need this in RGBA so that I can copy it. Okay, copy. Let me change it back. All right. So I'm going to go back to the code again. So this time I'm going to put this. Okay, I think I copied the ones I shouldn't. Okay, RGBA 1, but in this case it have to be not 1 but 0. Maybe around 0.6, so to give it that transparency, 0.6. Let's see. Okay, for me to see the scrolling, I have to add some section below here. So let's just add an empty section, give it a height of 1000 pixel so that we'll be able to scroll down. Okay, are we actually getting it? Seems like we haven't gotten it. Let me look at the code again. Click this. Okay, so background color RGBA. This 0. How about making it 0? Okay, it's now fit RGBA. Oops. 0.6. Okay. About 0. Okay, in 0. Wait, come. This is important, yes. Why I have this important here is for it to, like, like I'm trying to tell it that it is a must. Don't allow any other thing to override it. Yes. So, but let's see. 0.9. Okay, I think it's actually working. Yeah. I think it's 1.6. Okay. And we'll be able to. Yeah. All right. So this is it. Ooh, nope. This is not what we need. Okay. Yeah, I think I've seen where the problem is. We go to we come here, so the effect should be on around 60. Yeah, around 60. Effect should be on 60. Oops. Let's see. Okay. Alright, the field should be around 60. Or we can even, make this just like a transparent header, right? Just like we did with the Netflix. So just keep this at 0, keep it at the 0 it is. Then let's make sure we have minimum height, that is 45 pixel, right? Then go back here, negative margin of minus 45. That's it, so that it stays underneath it. Make sure the z index is 0 and the z index of the header should be 1, so that 1 or 2, so that it stays at the top of this. Okay, in that case we have to make our hero section, like the height, maybe now we have to make it 100, and the padding, we have to add the 45 we just minus, we have to add it here, so that should give us 105. Yeah. And what do we have? We have this, and as you scroll, this is it. Okay, have this guy, then you scroll, you have this effect working on it. Okay, so this is it, and let's see the other this thing. Let's see the tablet. Okay, so here on the tablet we also have to check things and make sure that it's working. Second container. Okay, and it's still working, everything is still working, everything is still okay. I think here now we have to make sure this is still 105 on mobile. Okay, so here we are. You see, on mobile you can see the effect, that transparency. You see it as you scroll, it gives you that wonderful. And the funny thing, let me tell you something. This type of effect you just saw here, this transparency and blur type of effect, I saw it the first time in Apple website. Yes, I think a couple of years back I saw it and I was like, wow, this looks so cool, right? And then I figured out, I went online, researched, and figured out how to achieve that same effect. And I've been using it in many designs I've been doing. I've been using it, and it always looks so cool. And it looks so cool. It looks so cool. All right, so this is it. We're able to design it. Of course, you can take it a step further again. You can take it a step further, which is the navigations here, because if you look at the navigations, is a mega menu, right? So you can take it a step further and design the mega menu. Let me just give you a cue on how to do that. So we click on the menu, go to the content. So let's say this one here, I think the iPad is a mega menu, right? So let's open up the iPad, and inside here we have drop down content, you see. So I can simply toggle it on, and then you see there's an icon just comes up here. But in this case I think they are not using an icon, you see. So of course we can still toggle off the icon. Then when I click on it, you see this box shows up. If I click on it again, it disappears. That is after I have toggled this on, to the particular item. The particular item I want to be a mega menu. So when I toggle it on, now I can click on that iPad and this guy comes up. So inside here I can drop, let me see what is there. I can drop some icon list here, here I think here they're having like 1, 2 and 3. They're having like 3 columns layout here. So I can drop in a 3 column layout here. So maybe duplicate this. Let's see if duplicate works. Nope. So I simply have to click here and drop in a 3 column. Here's a 3 column, maybe, yeah. Let's use the 2 column then. Right click and duplicate one of it. Where is it? I hope it's this one. Yeah. Click it, duplicate. So now we have 3 column, and then inside one of the column I will drop in a headline, then drop in an icon list. Either icon list, anything you can use to achieve it, or even a WordPress menu. You can use drop in a WordPress menu here. Change this from horizontal to vertical. Align it to the left hand side. Then inside this header, what do we have there? We have explore iPad, right? So just type explore iPad. Now change it to maybe heading 6. But of course we must check the size they are using here. How do we get it? How do we get the size they are using here? Okay, click. So the size they are using here, that's 12 pixel, and the color, here's the color. So I'm going to grab the color and 12 pixel. So I'll go here, paste in the color. Then on the typography, we're using Inter Tight. Let me just use Inter Tight here, and then put 12 pixel, and of course the font weight have to be normal, which is this guy. Then inside this entire container, which is this item here, we're going to make the background, give it our black background. Think yeah, give it our black background. Let's just get the exact background they are using there. So let's see if we can get that. Okay, so here we go. So we copy it, then we paste it there. You see, so you do your styling on these guys. Maybe on this first column here, give it some padding of maybe 30 or probably 40. So you do your styling, make it look good exactly as this. Even the animation when it drops down is also here. You can also achieve that. So I think this may be like the further thing you may want to do, so you do that. All right, so that's it. Let me close it. Okay, so we were able to achieve this. Thank you, and I look forward to you posting post your own version of this page. Post it, and also if maybe you encounter some challenges, of course watch this video and then get to see how to tackle it and everything. Thank you so much, and see you on the next one. But before then, if you haven't subscribed to our YouTube, yeah, I know it's still a young YouTube channel, but subscribe. More tutorials are coming. This challenge, all of it, the 90-day challenge will come with a video, right? And also other videos, other tutorials are also coming there. So make sure you subscribe. Also share the YouTube channel, share it to other people. Tell them to also come in, because they are going to learn a lot on this. Yes, we're starting and we are not stopping. Thank you so much. See you on the next one. Bye.